Some significant updates on the Greenbelt investigation today. The OPP have turned over their files to the RCMP, asking them to take over the case. This comes just one day after the Housing Minister's Chief of Staff unexpectedly resigned. Our Queen's Park Bureau Chief Colin D'Mello has those details. Colin.
And Alan, tonight the RCMP says it is in essence investigating whether it should investigate. They say their Greenbelt probe is still in its infancy. In the meantime, that key government staffer who resigned has hired a lawyer and is now offering a defense.
It's the latest blow to a government under growing suspicion. After a 7-month probe of the controversial Greenbelt deals, the OPP is handing over their files to the RCMP to avoid the perception of conflict of interest. The Mounties confirmed they received the referral from the OPP to investigate irregularities in the disposition of the Greenbelt and are now determining whether to launch an investigation.
We need accountability for the people responsible for this, and if the law was broken, there should be consequences.
The news of the RCMP's involvement comes on the heels of a shock resignation at Queen's Park. Ryan Amato, who served as the Chief of Staff to Housing Minister Steve Clark, resigned his post yesterday afternoon. Ontario's Auditor General painted Amato as a central figure in the Greenbelt deals, saying it was Amato who received packages from developers directing the government which parcels of land to remove. But Amato is pushing back in his resignation letter obtained by Global News. Amato said the public statements in recent weeks have unfairly depicted me and my role regarding the Greenbelt. Amato says he is confident that he acted appropriately. Amato's resignation comes weeks after the Premier denied any wrongdoing.
No one had preferential treatment.
And despite the government protecting Amato's position.
I appreciate the support that the Premier has given to me and my team.
Critics now believe the Chief of Staff is just the beginning.
Mr. Ford and Mr. Clark's assertions that this single staff member acted alone to rig the system is completely and utterly implausible. There's just no way.
Calling for additional resignations and the return of the Greenbelt lands.
And so while the Mounties decide what to do next, the Integrity Commissioner is continuing his investigation. He's been looking into the Ford government's dealings related to the Greenbelt since January. The Integrity Commissioner says once he wraps up that investigation, he will then decide whether to look into Ryan Amato and his dealings with developers over the Greenbelt. At Queen's Park, I'm Colin D'Mello. Alan, back to you.
Still so much to come on this story. Thank you, Colin.